Below 3,500 feet, it is very questionable how well the dam could even function in delivering water downstream. It's not going to last very long. It's just not an actual solution, and everybody knows that. I think you're going to see some more cuts coming to Arizona.
This is not a bad day at the office.
Could be worse.
Could be way worse. Situation is not that good though with the water.
We can fix that.
Eric, where are we right now?
We are sitting behind Glen Canyon Dam.
Near Page, Arizona.
Yep.
Lake Powell, Glen Canyon Dam. Eric, start off with just who are you and what do you do for work? Why should people take what you say about the dam and the water here seriously?
My name is Eric Balken. I'm the executive director of Glen Canyon Institute. We're a nonprofit organization working to restore the Colorado River through Glen Canyon and Grand Canyon. I've worked for GCI for 20 years. I've been the executive director for almost 10 years. I've spent a lot of years documenting the changes taking place in Glen Canyon, working with other stakeholders, doing the same, and talking with stakeholders about the future of this river system. So we have a unique perspective about Glen Canyon and the Colorado River.
Let's start with where things stand right now. Lake Powell is extremely low in the 20 to 25% capacity right now from full pool.
Today, Lake Powell is 23% full.
And what is that in feet?
We are at elevation 3,526 feet above sea level.
And at what point do we start to get concerned about the water level?
I think people were concerned about the water level a long time ago. The level of concern is 3,500 feet. So we're 26 feet away from that. 3,500 feet is what's being called de facto dead pool. So that's 30 feet above the hydropower intakes for Glen Canyon Dam. Below 3,500 feet, it is very questionable how well the dam could even function in delivering water downstream. Below 3,500 feet, we enter a whole new universe of potential crisis on the Colorado River.
Why should people in Phoenix care about the situation where we are right now, about a 5-hour drive from where they live?
Because of the 1950s plumbing of Glen Canyon Dam that was really optimized for full pool levels, it could potentially malfunction if operated at lower levels. If that happens, water deliveries downstream could be drastically reduced. That would affect Lake Mead, that would affect Lake Havasu, that would affect the CAP. So that would affect all the 25 million water users downstream, including those people living in Phoenix and Tucson.
And they get their water how?
They get their water through the Central Arizona Project. They get some of their water through the Central Arizona Project.
About 35 to 40%. But then it depends on what city you live in. Some cities like Cave Creek, over 95%. Cities like Scottsdale, Mesa get over half, right?
Yeah.
So there's certain levels and certain levels of concern depending on where specifically you live in Maricopa County in the Phoenix area. But is it safe to say Arizona should expect more cuts because of the situation that's here?
Yeah, given the dry hydrology that we're looking at, one of the worst winters ever, one of the warmest winters ever, potentially one of the worst runoffs on record coming. I think you're going to see some more cuts coming to Arizona, and Arizona has already taken cuts. You've already seen ag users make cuts. You've seen the situation in Cave Creek and in the Rio Verde foothills. You've seen the situation in Cave Creek and the Rio Verde foothills of water delivery issues already. That's only going to become more common as we see the system decline.
Overall system too, you said it's not just drought. Scientists are now calling it aridification.
Yes, aridification.
Kind of sounds like Project Hail Mary. Like you saw it.
Oh. The Colorado River was over-allocated from its inception. You know, when the Colorado River Compact was signed in 1922, it assumed there was more water in the river than there actually was. And most people knew that at the time. And it's a very open secret, right? Everybody knows this river was over allocated, but because users hadn't actually used their full allocation until, in the lower basin until recent decades, and then the upper basin still hasn't used their full paper allocation, it was always assumed that over allocation would be a problem for the future. Beginning of the turn of the millennium, we started to see the impacts of climate change. Climate change has just hammered the Colorado River system. It's estimated that 20% of the Colorado River's flow has already been depleted from climate change, and over the next 50 years, that depletion is going to continue for another 20%.
What has that depletion looked like over the last decade and a half? Where we are sitting right now, you told me 20 years ago we'd be totally underwater.
Yeah, 25 years ago. We're looking at it. This is the effect of overconsumption and a warming climate. So we're just using more water than flows in the river, and with a warming climate, we're seeing less efficient runoffs. We're seeing smaller snowpacks. We're seeing earlier runoffs, and because of that, there's just less water flowing into the system. And yet the consumption has largely stayed the same on balance. And so because of that, we've been drawing into our reserves, into our bank accounts. And these are the bank accounts. The two big reservoirs, Lake Powell and Lake Mead downstream, are the two primary bank accounts for the Colorado River. Lake Powell is considered the bank account that meets, this accounting obligation to deliver to Lake Mead. Lake Mead is considered the checking account because that's what people actually use. The Las Vegas metro area uses water directly from Lake Mead, home to millions of people. The consequences are really big. We've drawn down the system to its ends, and whether or not you consider this a crisis depends on your perspective. Some people say we're in a crisis now. Other people say when both of these reservoirs truly crash, or if this reservoir goes below 3,500, we will be at a crisis if it's not re-engineered.
What did the federal government just announce that they are doing to prop up Lake Powell to make it so they hope it doesn't get below that 3,500 foot level?
The Bureau of Reclamation just announced that they will be releasing anywhere from 600,000 to 1 million acre feet from Flaming Gorge, depending on the hydrology. It's, if the hydrology is not good there, they might not be able to release as much as they want. And they're going to hold water back from Lake Mead. So they're already reducing the releases from Glen Canyon Dam through the Grand Canyon into Lake Mead. They're trying to fill the hole for this year. And it might work. It might not. It might not be enough even this year to prevent this reservoir from dropping to 3,500 feet. So what would happen at that point, though, because of the engineering of this dam, it will become structurally compromised if the reservoir goes below 3,500. Reclamation will do whatever it takes to keep it above that level. And that would mean holding back even more water than they're legally allowed to from Lake Mead, just as an emergency precaution. And that would cause an immediate crash in Lake Mead and would create a water quality crisis for the millions of people who live in the Las Vegas metro area, not to mention all the other water users downstream, not to mention it might be a violation of the Colorado River Compact.
You had said we're robbing Mead to pay Powell. And
you like that?
I like that one. I mean, I'm always trying to find that little.
You can take that one.
I'll let you have it. I'll give you the due credit for it. But you said we're robbing Mead to pay Powell, and also what might be good for Lake Powell might not be good for Lake Mead.
Yeah, this is reservoir triage. This is a Band-Aid solution. We are just trying to slow the bleeding at one reservoir by pulling from other ones. It's not going to last very long. It's just not an actual solution, and everybody knows that. The only way we can get to the heart of this problem is by reducing consumption across the basin in every state.
That's something that has been at the heart of the negotiations.
The negotiations have really, they've been very heated, between upper basin states and lower basin states. They each feel like they're getting the short end of the stick. And the upper basin thinks that it's already taking cuts as, a function of a dry hydrology. You have some irrigators and ag users who are just unable to use water because it's not there yet. The lower basin, meanwhile, has committed to pretty substantial cuts, and even said they could do more if the upper basin played ball. And so they're just not seeing eye to eye, because the lower basin feels like the upper basin has not committed to any curtailments, because on paper they have not. They're just saying we're already taking cuts because it's dry up here. And depending on who you ask, that might be a valid argument.
Curtailments, acre feet, compacts, reservoirs, it can all get kind of complicated, convoluted, and your eyes start to glaze over. It feels like you're back in science class in high school again. For someone who's unfamiliar with what's happening in the river system, with how water gets to their home in Arizona, what would you explain to them about why this is a serious situation where we are right now here at Lake Powell and in the system as a whole?
40 million people rely in part on water from this river system. It is pretty central to many of the economies in the Southwest. Salt Lake City, Denver, Phoenix, Tucson, Los Angeles, San Diego. We have an international treaty with Mexico about deliveries to that country. We have agricultural interests who use this water to, grow crops and sell them around the world. A lot of the economies of the Southwest have been built on water, on a perceived abundance of water, and that abundance is going away. And it's really hard for communities and farms to adapt to this change. It's changing faster than we can adapt to it, but we have to adapt to it.
What would you like to see happen?
Every state in the Colorado River Basin needs a curtailment plan. Every state needs a plan. They need to say how much we're going to cut use by and how we're going to come into balance with existing resources. We need a moratorium on new dams and diversions that aren't for specific tribal use. And third, and most importantly, we need to modify Glen Canyon Dam so that it operates at all levels. In its existing state, this is just a ticking time bomb. Mm-hmm. This is a liability to the lower basin states. This dam was built to satisfy an accounting obligation. The upper basin has to deliver 7.5 million acre feet per year to the lower basin on a 10-year rolling average. And Lake Powell and the Glen Canyon Dam allowed them to make that delivery and hold on to every drop extra so that it wasn't wasted by sending it to the lower basin. The irony here is that in this low water scenario, Glen Canyon Dam might be the thing that prevents them from making that delivery obligation. We live in a completely different world than existed in the 1950s. All of the assumptions that underpin the creation of this water system have changed. Not only was it over allocated, but now we have climate change that's drying out the system even more. And so we can't operate on old assumptions. We can't rely on old infrastructure, and we have to think about different solutions.
This is a beautiful area of the country, of the state. I've been to the Grand Canyon, I've been to Lake Zion and stuff, but I haven't been to this specific place in between, kind of like from Arches, I guess, to Grand Canyon. What would you tell people about visiting this part of Arizona and Utah?
Glen Canyon is considered by many to be the heart of the Colorado River system. If you look at it on a map, you'll notice that it's surrounded by national parks and national monuments. We have Grand Canyon down there. Over here we have Grand Staircase Escalante National Monument, Capitol Reef National Park, Canyonlands National Park, Bears Ears National Monument. Glen Canyon is at the heart of all of that. It was the confluence of multiple rivers, the San Juan River, the Colorado River, the Escalante, the Dirty Devil River, 125 named side canyons. It was considered one of the most beautiful and magical places on the whole Colorado River system, and ecologically important too. We have endemic fish species on this river system that exist nowhere else in the world, and Glen Canyon Dam is one of the primary reasons that they're endangered today. This area is the ancestral homelands of multiple tribes. When the reservoir was created and it filled over 17 years, it inundated thousands of archaeological sites, cultural sites. So there was a cultural impact too. But that's all changing. This reservoir has been declining for the past 25 years. So we've seen the emergence of over 100,000 acres of land. We've seen the return of flowing river corridors on the San Juan River and on the main stem Colorado River. We're seeing whitewater rapids emerge and come back to life that hadn't been, boated down for decades. And we're seeing an ecological reemergence in the side canyons upstream. Glen Canyon was named because of the cottonwood glens, these sinuous sandstone canyons that were full of green, vibrant willows and cottonwoods, and that's coming back. I mean, it's truly remarkable what we're seeing in the emerging tributaries of Glen Canyon. It's a marvelous ecological rebound, and I think it is a really hopeful element of change that's taking place here.
Thank you for your time, Eric, and for having this conversation here. I mean, is there anything else that you want to share, or just to reemphasize the importance of what's happening right now, right? Everyone drinks water, no matter what, or uses it in some form or fashion.
Yeah, so much of the Colorado River conversation is doom and gloom, decline, demise. We have enough water in this river system to live. We have enough water to continue growing and have vibrant communities and some agriculture. But we have to be really intentional about what we do from here. But we have the tools to solve these problems. And so I think, if we can actually work together and cut our use and update our infrastructure and acknowledge the ecosystems and resources that are here and work to protect them, I think the future can be bright.
Eric, appreciate it.
Thanks, Adam.
Thanks for making the trip down.